What is up, my friend? How are you doing today? So it is in the evening, and I'm writing the intro. I've actually spent a little time on the intro because I wanted to be fire, and it's actually getting there. I feel like I'm like Michelangelo carving away all the extras because I've been reading a lot of books, as I'll talk to you guys about tomorrow. And there's a lot of stuff in there I don't need to know, and that you don't need to know. And I think when people are writing books back in the 80s, 90s, the 1900s or whatever, we had a lot more time. Now we're competing against TikTok and Slick Slock and YouTube videos of people talking about writing books and Instagram and all the things. Anyways, I think, in order to keep the writing thing alive, we have to shape our writing to the time. That being said, I said, guys, earlier in the earlier video that I was going to talk to you about a book that is just some phenomenal writing. I mean, I know that this person has done some things that people consider questionable, that have been kind of controversial and, all the other things, but my goodness. Now, I have to say this also. The second book, you could tell, I mean, obviously it didn't take her decades to write. It didn't take her as long to write. She wrote it, very quickly, kind of giving away by saying she. But the first book, this is mastery. And what's odd about it, and why I want you guys to constantly be on this channel, click like and subscribe and join us, because you have to write your book. This book, if you know anything about, writing, you'll know. This book was in the trash bin. This book was in a throwaway pile. What you think? How many other books were in a throwaway pile that are just as good that aren't, being published? That aren't being just picked up out of the trash bin or out of the throwaway pile by the assistant? How many of those? So in order to make sure that the world gets these masterpieces, I'm going to need for you to follow this channel, click like and subscribe, and we're going to talk about how you can go out there and make sure that your book gets self-published or published if that's what you want. I'm not going to begrudge the publishing. I just don't, I think publishing is cool if you can make it work for you. But I don't think you should depend on getting picked up by a publisher because then you're also limiting the people who would be reading your book and could be benefiting from your book, like people benefited from this book, from actually getting your book because you're waiting from somewhere else who, one, may not even understand your story, two, may not understand the people, the characters in your story, the culture that your story is talking about, the situations that your story is talking about. It's a whole laundry list. But let me show you the book that's going to surprise you that I'm like, no matter what they say, this is some masterpiece writing. Again, book one was masterpiece, but if you read book two, you're going to be like, okay, something different happened. We didn't have the same time to polish. And that is, actually, before I do that, I hate when people do this, but I gotta say one more thing because I want you to, to really take this in. The one thing I think that also made it great was this person went around reading it. Now, you don't have to do this, but she got to know her audience by reading the story to her audience, or who she perceived to be her audience, and getting feedback and getting tips and getting thoughts about, how to shape the story so that it would stay more interesting. Maybe she read it and asked questions afterwards, or I don't know the whole story, but I know that she definitely went around reading this to her audience. So this is also why I say, serving your audience is the most important thing. All right, so here comes the book. Okay, so this book right here, maybe take a break from the mystery reading, which I'll talk about tomorrow, because I was like, let me see, what the difference is between this and the other one, and the other ones, and it was very clear. It's just the writing is just that good, and I have it upside down. This book right here, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or in England, here's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. But let me just tell you, she did her thing on this book. The first book. Now, the second book, second book, you can tell that, we didn't spend the same time that we spent, which is not surprising. But this right here, yeah, this is something. And this is why I tell you guys, read books, because tomorrow I don't have such a glowing review for some of the people in my genre, and I'm going to tell you why tomorrow in the morning when we come together. I just figured, come together. I think I would tell you right now, it's a good to read great books and good to read outside your story. And then I might take Sunday off because I just want to make this sustainable. So you may or may not see me on Sunday, but I will definitely be back on Monday. So we'll have to see how tomorrow goes. And plus, I want to make sure that I'm still writing. So anyways, that's what I need to do right now. I'm going to get back to doing that. You guys, if you get a chance, I mean, and if you haven't already read this book, just for the art of understanding how to tell a story, whether you're doing fiction or nonfiction, do yourself a favor. Pick this up and just read it. Just read the intro. That's what I did. I was like, this intro is fire. I mean, obviously, we start getting to the story, but the intro on this, mastery. So let me know your thought. If you've read this book, let me know your thoughts about it, and let me know if you have other suggestions where you're like, okay, this is mastery. Not like the classical mastery where you have to see its mastery through the lens of some 1920s professor. Not that kind of mastery. The kind of mastery where people today in 2026 can read it and go, yeah, that's pretty darn good. If you have books like that, please leave them down below because I would love to, kind of expand my writing. Again, I don't want any of the hithertos and weatherforts and the sucaledoosleys and all the other stuff. I don't want that. That's not for me. I want conversational writing that is done really well, storytelling that is done really well in any genre. Share it with us, except for the weathertubes and the forever coasters and the whatever else is other things out there. That's just not for me. I can't. If I'm reading it and I have to read the sentence 4 or 5 times because of the way the English is written, it's so foreign that my brain has to take some moment to make a shift into the way that the author is talking. That's not for me. And I honestly don't think it's for a lot of people in this day and age. That's a whole different video. But anyways, all that to say, if you know a book out there that is written in conversational tone that is really great, please leave a comment below. I would love to read it and check it out and let you know what I think about it here. And so there you go. I'm going to get back to writing because that's what I need to do today. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.